WSL champions.
Some things in life just seem inevitable. Taxes, getting old, and Arsenal beating Tottenham in the WSL. But rewind just 3 months and Spurs decided to rip up the script.
Red and white meets white and blue. Danger! Goal! Arsenal do the business in the first ever North London derby. Tottenham, the architects of their own downfall there.
Another one-sided meeting of these rivals. Close geographically, but not close on the field. Not yet, anyway.
Big crowd anticipated, 20,000 Spurs looking to beat Arsenal in the WSL. We say thought about the shot plays inside, and Tottenham lead against the run of play. Thomas arriving. Tottenham have beaten Arsenal for the first time ever in their WSL history. This could be so very, very costly for Arsenal.
3 places between Arsenal and Tottenham, but with only 8 games remaining, 12 points separate them. After City's 2-1 win over Everton yesterday, the Gunners are now 6 points off the pace. It's a must-win for them today as they continue the hunt for their first WSL trophy since 2019. And they say women's football can't sell tickets. Well, 60,000 fans here today suggest very differently. Can Tottenham get the double over Arsenal for the first time ever? It's the pride of North London up for grabs, and kickoff is in 15 minutes' time. 3 Londoners on offer for you today, but we've got the capital's finest in Farrah Williams and Anita Asante. Farrah, I suppose the last time Spurs beat Arsenal for the first time ever, but Arsenal's home win against them in the WSL, they've beaten them 3 times. So what are you expecting here today?
I'm hoping, should I say, Arsenal can convert their chances, because when I look back to that North London derby when Spurs actually won the game, Arsenal dominated the fixture. When you know, chances on goal, Arsenal dominated, possession they dominated. They just wasn't able to convert, and obviously we've seen that Spurs got that counter-attack and got their goal to win the game 1-0. But I think if Arsenal can convert to them, we've started to see them pick up a little bit of form of late. I think if they can do that, then I think it will be an easy game for Arsenal today. Yeah, Arsenal missing 8 players though, Anita. I suppose injuries, international duties. When you look at their team, do they have the depth?
No, they definitely have a depleted squad, but they have enough quality in the starting lineup, I think, to deliver today if they get all the elements right. I think what has cost them is the 9 points they've dropped to mid-table teams earlier in the season, and hopefully they won't be kicking themselves by the end of the season.
Yeah, Spurs without a win though, Farrah, in their last 3 WSL games. What do they need to do today?
I think a little bit like what they did when they beat Arsenal. I think they're going to have to be compact. They're going to have to sit in deep. We've seen Arsenal struggle against a deep line. And I think, you know, if you look at the players that they're playing, Spurs, they are looking to play on that counter-attack. So I think if they can be really compact, frustrate Arsenal, play on that counter, they might give themselves half a chance.
The last time I was with you, Manchester City beat Chelsea. Arsenal still have to play both of them. When you look at the WSL at the moment, is the title race open?
I think so. I mean, I wrote Arsenal off a few weeks ago when they lost to West Ham, and then we've seen Chelsea have a defeat to Manchester City, and the table changes. And, you know, Arsenal are still in with a shout, and as you mentioned there, they still have to play the top 2 teams. So if they go unbeaten now until the end of the season, the trophy's there. But Alex, no team has won a WSL losing 3 games in a season, so they'll have to beat the history.
Anita?
Yeah, I think ultimately they're the ones who can have an answer in this title race. They've got to go and meet Man City and Chelsea, and that could be the decider. So I think it's going to go all the way to the wire.
Well, it's exciting, that's for sure. Let's have a look at the team news ahead of this one today. Okay, well, after making her return from an ACL injury in October, Vivian Miedema is sidelined again as she undergoes knee surgery. But up front, Jonas Eidevall has given Alessia Russo the nod ahead of Stina Blackstenius, despite not starting the last 2 games for the Gunners. And Leah Williamson starts on the bench today. As for Spurs, Ashley Neville starts despite worries about an ankle injury, and Beth England is on the bench for them today. Manchester United loanee Grace Clinton is making her 19th appearance for the club. The 20-year-old midfielder returns to the WSL in high spirits, having scored on her debut for England last week. Okay, let's see what the Arsenal boss has had to say about his team selection. Earlier, we caught up with Jonas Eidevall. Jonas, thank you for joining us ahead of the game. We're going to start with the sellout attendance once again, back-to-back now at the Emirates. It's a higher average you have now than 9 Premier League clubs. That stat is impressive. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot, but I would like to go back in history quite a bit.
Okay.
To the 2007 season. And we had Anita here at our last home match as a part of that quadruple winning squad.
Yeah.
And she was presenting with this award. And I know you were in the Arctics doing your own mission, so I would really like to present this to you today here, and for all your contributions to the club.
Thank you. It's not very often I'm speechless. you two need to help me.
But to say that, like, yes.
Ask how many fans were there at that game.
Thank you, Jonas. This means a lot. Thank you to everyone at the club.
And it means a lot for us and for the whole club, because I really think that this team and this club, we're standing on the shoulder of giants. And you guys been a part of that history, building on to what makes this possible here today. And I think it's that whole journey that makes it, of course, so very special to it.
Thank you. This means a lot. I am actually really speechless. But let's get back on today.
Yes, sorry for the interruption.
But how much does it mean today to have that sellout attendance once again and the support of the fans here?
Yeah, it makes it so special. And we've been speaking about saying we don't want it to be one-off occasions to be it. We want to be consistent, trying to sell out the Emirates, and us doing that now back-to-back, I think that is really, really special, and it's a foundation to build on. Yeah,
you've won the last 6 home games. How important are the fans building this place as a fortress?
They've been incredible. They've been such a massive part of trying to get us to the next level, and let's continue to do that.
We've just seen a starting 11. Russo back in that lineup. What's your thoughts behind that?
I think it's a similar thought to when we had Stina in the lineup against Manchester United, that I thought that the start of the game was going to suit her qualities as a 9. I think the start of the game, it's going to be really important to have Alessia's qualities as a 9 on the pitch today.
And Jonas, I have a question for you. Your team, I think, has struggled at times to break down teams who play in a low or mid block. Why do you think they found it so challenging?
I think low block is obviously where you need to start to create space yourself. When you play against a team that is more expansive against you, or it's more transitional, the space is there. Now it's for you to use it. And how do you start to create space? Either you move the ball well, or you have good off-the-ball movement. And I think you need both at Tottenham. And at the beginning of the season, I think you could see we had a team that was not really there with the connections. I think we have improved for it. And I look forward to see us today, which I expect we're going to see quite a bit of the mid-low block against us.
Okay, well, Jonas, we're looking forward to today as well. Good luck for the match. Thank you for joining us.
And once again, congratulations to the award.
Thank you, Jonas.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we've heard the thoughts of Jonas there and the Arsenal camp. So it's time to hear from the Tottenham manager. Robert Villeneuve is with Betty Glover.
I want to talk to you about Grace Clinton, because you've described her as a future superstar of this country. She seems to be going from strength to strength. How much is she impressing you?
I mean, she do it so quickly, right? She's already a superstar. She's already starting in the national team now, so I think she's already here to show the world that she's a superstar, and she's a great character as well, giving an energy and adapting to different roles. So she's playing left side of me, and she can play 6, 8, 10, 8 and 10, especially in the national team now. So no, I'm so impressed by her.
And look, you're without a win in your last 3 WSL games. What do you want to see from your team today?
Bravery. I want to make sure we come here and play our style, try to compete. We know that we can beat them, we know how to beat them, so we just need to make sure we are very focused, very present to defend well and take the chances we get, because we play against a really good team as well.
Obviously, you beat them in December last time out. Does that give you a lot of confidence today?
It does, because we knew in the Conti Cup we had a good game, and then at the home stadium we won against them, so we know that we can do it. And I have a lot of belief in this place we have, and the bench is really good today as well, so we have people coming in as well that can change the game as well, so we have a good belief today.
All right, Robert, good luck.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Okay, let's have a closer look at Grace Clinton. Anita, you worked with Grace at Bristol last season. 6 goals, 12 appearances. Did you see something special in her then?
Yeah, definitely. Grace is an absolute joy to work with and watch. She takes on tactical information so well and brings it to life on the pitch. She's starting to add more goals to her game as well, and it's her ability to find space in the pocket, you know, pick up the ball, link up with other players, and here you see again a bit of ingenuity to just turn, find that strike bottom corner, and I think you can see these qualities, can't you, Farah?
Yeah, I think she's a fantastic player. I think the quality she possesses in that centre midfielder, you know, she's a goal-scoring midfielder. She has an eye for goal off either foot. I think I much prefer her playing more centrally, where we saw her play for the Lionesses and make her debut in midweek. But I think when she's in this Tottenham team, we tend to see off that left-hand side and move more centrally as the game goes on. But she's a phenomenal player with, you know, a huge potential and a big future ahead of her.
Yeah, she's going to be very important for her side today. Okay, well, the crowd is popping and everyone is up for this one today. Arsenal need to win to keep the pressure on the top two, whilst Tottenham are hoping to make history with their first ever double over their North London rivals. Let's get you over to our commentary team today. Rachel Brown-Finnis is alongside Robin Cowan.
Thank you very much, Alex. Good afternoon, everyone. Emirates Stadium is the hottest ticket in town once again, and the North London derby takes centre stage. Spurs put a big dent in Arsenal's title hopes with their first ever WSL win against the Gunners at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Another blow would surely knock the Gunners off course once and for all. Two highly motivated teams in front of another bumper crowd. All the ingredients for a truly super Sunday. It's 3 changes from the win over Manchester United for Arsenal. Sabrina D'Angelo and Chloe Lacasse are away on international duty. Manuela Zinsberger starts in goal, and Caitlin Ford, who has scored 7 goals in 7 WSL appearances against Spurs, come in. The other change comes up front, where Alessia Russo returns in place of top scorer Stina Blackstenius. Leah Williamson is fit enough for a place on the bench. Vivian Miedemar, though, is unavailable with a knee problem, which requires surgery. There are 3 alterations to the Spurs team that lost to Aston Villa last time out. Becky Spencer replaces Barbara Butakova in goal. Ashley Neville returns after missing the last 5 games with an ankle injury. Jess Naz, formerly of Arsenal, replaces Beth England. And Grace Clinton's star continues to rise. A goal on debut for the Lionesses, as well as scoring 5 during her loan spell from Manchester United. She has created the most chances for this Spurs team so far in the WSL. And Rachel Brown-Finnis, you want to focus on those who could make the difference in front of goal today.
Yes, and starting with the player who did make the difference in this game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That was Martha Thomas. Alessia Russo in goal-scoring form, big money move last season. Hasn't got as many goals as Martha Thomas, big points to prove, but on the big stage, she is a big player, Alessia Russo, who is going to be the game changer today. Martha Thomas was that at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, that historic 1-0 win for Tottenham Hotspur. Move from Manchester United, where she was a bit part player off the bench. She's usurped Beth England, who is on the bench, trying to fit them both playing in a 2 up top. Hasn't necessarily worked. Robert Villain has put his faith in Martha Thomas to play that striker role alongside Jessica Naz.
North London forever. What colour will North London be at the full-time whistle today? It was an historic victory for Spurs last time out, but they have yet to beat Arsenal at home in the Women's Super League, and Emirates Stadium is very much their home now. Back-to-back sellouts. Another tremendous atmosphere, as there was in their record-breaking game against Manchester United just before the international break. We're expecting a similar attendance today. And it is the white side of North London that get us underway. And that's at Emirates Stadium. And Arsenal start today 6 points off now league leaders Manchester City, who went to the top after beating Everton yesterday. Chelsea play a bit later. If they're to have any hope at all of getting a title, this WSL title this season, Rachel, there is no room for error whatsoever.
3 points today for Arsenal for title slim chances are over for sure. Can't imagine that Manchester City, the form that they're in, are going to slip up too many times.
And that's an error. Palova seizes upon it. Spurs in some last-ditch defending, but it's kept going. Here's Mead. A big block there, out for a corner inside the first minute.
Excellent block positioning from Molly Bartrip there. Absolutely essential. Beth Mead's on fire, we know that. Out of her feet and into phenomenal form following that substantial ACL injury.
Corner taken short. Here's Kim Little. Catley lays it off. Promising, well defended. It's Ford. Just helps it towards goal, gets a second bite of the cherry. All hands to the pump here early on for Tottenham Hotspur. Valti will help it back to Manuela Zinsberger. It's been a funny old season for Arsenal, who have technically, in terms of expected goals, the best defensive record. But they've found clean sheets hard to come by.
Just one this season, I think, isn't it? Zinsberger.
They've also had games like the one at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium where they've had so many chances and failed to take them. 31 efforts on goal, and they come away with a 1-0 defeat. And it's actually the games against those teams they're expected to beat where they've faltered this season. Defeats to Liverpool, West Ham United and Tottenham Hotspur. Beaten Chelsea, beaten Manchester City. Catley into her fellow Aussie, Caitlin Ford. Trying to tiptoe around Neville, sticks to her task well. Another corner for the Gunners.
Well, this is a big platform, a big moment to put all of those things into, well and truly into the past, in front of a capacity crowd, adoring Arsenal fans, Arsenal players, those like Kim Little who've been here for so many years, means so much to them.
Beth Mead delivers towards the near post, finds its way towards Russo. Under pressure, hooks it towards goal and held by Spencer.
Routine in the end for Becky Spencer, who's preferred here. And these big games seem to have been rotated in Becky Spencer. Leslie Russo there just couldn't quite get the swivel of speed to be able to get the power behind it. I'm sure Becky Spencer will be pretty busy today.
Bit of a cheap concession there from Grace Clinton to give away the corner. Steph Catley will take over corner kick duty.
In-swinger, bright sunshine on Becky Spencer. It's exactly what you don't want as a goalkeeper.
Catley delivers. Oh! Well, that should have been the opening goal, surely. Alessia Russo just bounced away from her at the last.
It's a brilliant ball in, exactly where Steph Catley's wanting to put it. Takes a little nick. I think it's Jessica Naz defending Bubba Moy, just maybe takes it out of the line of sight of Russo.
Zay gives it away. Ford finds Valti. Sumanen is there. Picked up this time by Palova. No foul on Kit Graham. Patrick finds Ashley Neville. First time ball there. Jess Naz may have been the better option.
Yeah, Jess Naz seemingly staying higher of the two centre forwards. Martha Thomas being just behind her. Jess Naz has got that frightening speed, sits in between two defenders. Centre halves of Arsenal could damage them.
Cable chase. Uncertain start this for Spurs.
Just going to say it's the ideal start, exactly the start that Jonas Edevar would have wanted, minus the goal, of course. A couple of chances already created.
Play from Tottenham, very nice, and they're out. Clinton striding forward, cut out by Lotte Wubben-Moy. Cheered like it was a goal. She is very popular around these parts.
Perfect bit of defending there from Wubben-Moy. Read the timing of Martha Thomas's run, who was on her back shoulder. Knew when a pass was going to be and where. And then you can commit and go to ground. Lovely execution.
Special week for Wubben-Moy. Scored their first England goal. Friendly against Italy. Been such a consistent performer for Arsenal this season. Little delivers. Another very good last-ditch challenge there.
There's a wonderful interception from James Turner. Just manages to wrap a leg around Leslie Russo. Stop her getting anything on it. It is last-ditch.
Sumanen picks up the loose ball. On to Naz. Lovely feet. Here's Graham. Straight to Catley.
When Tottenham do get the ball, instance just before, they have to maintain possession, stretch Arsenal out, just growing confidence by keeping the ball and tidy. Needlessly given away there by Kit Graham.
Cardino won the inaugural UEFA Nations League with Spain over the international break.
So many players from both teams away, and most of them not arriving back till Friday. Very little preparation time.
Wubben-Moy to Valti. Hellover. Russo. Out to Mead. Trying to get to the byline. Have to settle for a corner.
Well, Grace Clinton will have got to know Beth Mead a lot better in this last international camp for England. Getting a goal and really cementing her status, Grace Clinton, as a senior international player for the Lionesses.
Catley delivers. It's dangerous and it's cleared once again. Those corner deliveries have been on point.
And absolutely textbook for that in-swing. A goalkeeper can't come. Busy 6-yard box. Lucky for Spurs, it drops to a Spurs defender. Chaos in there. It's going to be the same tactic, right foot in-swinger.
Mead this time towards Wubben-Moy. Be retrieved by Russo. Great work to find Catley. Another corner.
He must be approaching double figures for corners for Arsenal, and only played 10 minutes. But I don't think Tottenham would have expected much else. As we alluded to, converting chances to goals. That's what Arsenal need to start putting right.
Delivered low this time. Spurs struggling to clear. Russo. Shot is blocked and Spurs will try and break, but Ruben Moy steps in. McCabe. Relentless from Arsenal.
The attacking quality that Arsenal have got is matched by the attacking energy and desire to want to get on the ball, to retain and return the ball. It's really been excellent so far.
Wonderful play from Katie McCabe. Another corner. McCabe, it's deep, too deep. Evades everyone.
A bit of breathing space for Tottenham Hotspur. Poor quality from Katie McCabe, but Arsenal fans will be glad to see her back. Came off, I think, in the international game for Republic of Ireland. But very rarely do we see Katie McCabe sidelined.
Robert Villahan was saying ahead of the game he wants bravery, he wants to see that from his Spurs side. Haven't really been able to show it, such has been Arsenal's dominance in opening minutes of this game. But we saw it on full display with their winning goal against Arsenal last time, playing it all the way out from the back, playing those risky passes, beating the press. Ford under pressure, finds Cadena. %72% possession for Arsenal so far. Ford, just behind Catley.
Yeah, it's the score that matters, and Tottenham will be happy that they've been brave out of possession. You're right, not being brave, not had opportunity to be brave in possession particularly. If they've had to do, they've done exceptionally well.
Sumanen. It's given away cheaply by Clinton. Little. Now McCabe. Ruben Moy. Palova with the dummy. Was well read. And Nilden will bring it away for Tottenham.
Spurs are growing into the game, gaining confidence, using Sumanen as that pivot out of defence.
Graham onto Bizet. Facing up Catley. Delivers towards the edge of the box. Palova got a touch. Clinton back to Nilden. Delivers. They found Martha Thomas, but she couldn't find a teammate. And Palova is on the end of a cynical foul.
We're going to say pulled over then. It was excellent retrieval of possession for Arsenal. Palova plays. Number 10 role, not really much in that. but clever, seasoned international player, Palova.
Mead helps it on to McCabe. Good defending.
Another opportunity for Grace Clinton to add to her CV of football and experiences in here at the Emirates in front of a sellout crowd, young 20-year-old, invaluable experiences that she's gained this season.
Ford. A bit away from Bizet. Works the space for the cross. First time hit from McCabe. Tottenham will try and break on the counter. That's good play, Bizet. Down the line for Martha Thomas. Flag has stayed down. It's Thomas! Held by Zinsberger at the second attempt.
This is why Arsenal will be kicking themselves, not getting into the lead. A tight call. Martha Thomas down that right-hand side, but as we saw against Tottenham at the Tottenham Stadium, don't need too many chances, Spurs. Get that 1-0 lead here. Martha Thomas cuts back brilliantly. Missed tackle by Arsenal. Good positioning from Zinsberger.
Down the other end is Mead. It's a teasing ball in, just bounces away from Caitlin Ford.
Another good break, Beth Mead. Just see what she's intending to do for Caitlin Ford on that wide left position, cutting in. Just a bit too much pace on it.
That's loose, given away. Ball wouldn't quite bounce for Caitlin Ford. She's got it under control now. Here's Little. Moy.
Spurs did well to ride that initial storm. Over 10 minutes, Arsenal stats, but at least 8 or 9 corners. Huge line share of possession and a couple of really good chances.
Ford wriggling away from the challenge. Just a few too many bodies in the way. It's Rousseau onto Catley. Codina back to Catley. Palova into Little. Mead slots it through and receives it back. So congested in there. McCabe into Kim Little. Arsenal threading it through the eye of a needle.
Yeah, once Beth Mead comes in tighter, tries to get into the box, it just congests it even more. And as tricky feet as Beth Mead's got, and Kim Little over on that right-hand side, just can't break through defence of Tottenham at the moment.
Little. On to Mead. No one closing down the cross. It's towards Russo, just over her head. Suminen, now Naz. Great first touch. She knew she could get onto it. And that's good recovery there from Kadina. She was threatening to burst away. Here's Neville. Now Graham. Zet with the cross in, easily defended by Wubben-Moy. Tottenham seeing so little of the ball. Already seems a bit of tired legs out there.
There's a lot of chasing shadows. They're out of possession because they know they have to do the disciplined, unified, doggy work to be as resolute as they have been, Tottenham. Just take it out of you. Tired after 21 minutes, I'm not on that.
Just knowing when to save your legs, isn't it? They will have opportunities. They've already shown that on the break. Here's Palova. Little. Mead. Tried to beat Nilden one too many times there. Here's Clinton. No real outball for her. Palova into Ford. Strong. Little. It's Mead! It's blocked. Molly Bartrop in the way again. Arsenal go again. Mead, Little, and now McCabe. Tries to slot that through for Russo.
Really clever run from Russo there. Excellent. Just a fraction of perfection from Katie McCabe. It's just changing the angle of the run, Leslie Russo. Just read, you see she's central here. There's a different one. A chance, another block from Molly Bartrip. Rebounds out to Grace Clinton. Going into that box. Just really, really tight. And again, it was Ashley Neville cut out a corner just before, but there's that beautiful pass from Katie McCabe between the defenders. Just a fraction of being on the toe of Alessia Russo. Good change of play from Arsenal and well read by Becky Spencer.
Meanwhile, here comes Spurs with Clinton. Great ball down the middle. It's Naz off the bar.
I think Zinsberger got a touch on that. Excellent play from Naz. Good timing of her run. You just see here she's on the shoulder of Wubben-Moy, gets between Kadina and Wubben-Moy, gets in behind, and then doesn't have too many other options other than to shoot. Nearly to devastating effect. Zinsberger turns it onto the bar.
First corner of the game for Tottenham in the 25th minute. Nilden delivers low.
This is where Spurs have had a couple of chances on the break, but this is where the ball needs to be perfect and put Zinsberger under real pressure. Likes of Sumanen, Ashley Neville will be the target.
Just drifts out of play off a Spurs player.
There's Kit Graham who got across at that near post. Lights in the corner from a Spurs point of view to be deeper. Similar to what Arsenal have been doing to Becky Spencer, whipping it in on the goalkeeper.
Palova Just about gathers that. Mead on the half turn, finds McCabe. Mead continues. Going down the line, running into Bizet. Corner.
As soon as Arsenal played out the back, then got through the third so easily. From defensive to, it was Kim Little in the 10. See here, the build-up plays excellent, drilled out. It's that left-hand side, Caitlin Ford. How many times we've seen her drive at players down this left-hand side and get something from it. Another corner for Arsenal.
Mead's delivery. Little helps it back in. Mead, made by James Turner. Sumanen to Kit Graham. Nothing wrong with that. According to referee Abigail Byrne. Ford. It's a few too many players to get around there.
They're teasing the openings by going wide, Arsenal. But then Spurs have 5 at the back, congesting it centrally. Caitlin Ford trying different tactics. Plenty of time for both teams, though.
Sumanen. Kim Little too quick. Rousseau. Mead. Ford. He's pulled up for a handball.
Would have loved to seen Beth Mead just hit that one. A number of times she's took that extra touch and another touch, and it's going to have to be the absolute perfect pass to thread it to somebody. By the point where she plays it square to Ford, there's a couple of Spurs players. I've seen Beth Mead score from that angle on numerous occasions. She can do it.
Into Naz, who is offside.
Yeah, right call from the assistant. Been very disciplined with runs, Jess Naz. Done an excellent job so far for Tottenham Hotspur.
Paloma. Clinton tripped.
Grace Clinton does well to change the angle. Free kick.
Naz, try and bring it away. And a heavy touch. Strong challenge there, and another. This time the referee has given it Arsenal's way.
Just thinking on that, you know, this North London derby is now a proper, hotly contested, pretty even derby. As much as maybe the bookies or history tells you, bar that one upset at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, that Arsenal should come on and win this. It's a really, really fierce contest. One to watch on the calendar now. All credit to Spurs for bringing that.
Goal kick is the decision this time. As Arsenal have won all 3 WSL games at home against Spurs. They've scored at least 3 goals in that period.
Spurs never done the double over Arsenal. I mean, every record goes in Arsenal's favour, really. And that's, you know, the historical dominance of Arsenal in women's football, and why, as Jonas Eidevall was saying before the match, standing on the shoulders of giants. Hugely successful, quadruple winning Arsenal side, dominant in the 90s and 2000s. We see 60,000 fans here today.
Also saw Kelly Smith pick up yet another trophy before the game. She seems to be handed one every time.
And rightly so.
She's in the vicinity.
Arguably England's best ever player. Most gifted player. And Arsenal's as well.
And Kelly Smith.
She loves being on the TV.
Can tell she loves the limelight. Now part of the coaching staff, and who better to have on the Arsenal bench?
Football genius, Kelly Smith.
A lot of ponderous looks on that bench.
Well, Kelly Smith was a game changer, could get a goal from absolutely nowhere and anywhere. And that's the type of situation that Arsenal find themselves in. Find it really hard to play past that block of Spurs. Looking at Katie McCabe to pull one out. Next to Beth Mead with a Beth Mead crop.
Rushing challenge from Caitlin Ford, but she won the ball. The play goes on. Here's Catley. Great ball. It's Ford. It's just wide, and the flag is up anyway. Perhaps Ford went a little too early there, but it is those types of through passes that might just be the most fruitful way that Arsenal are going to get past this Spurs side.
Yeah, good call again from this distance. She does just edge offside, but how many times have we seen that combination of Catley and Ford? Beautiful run from Ford, albeit at the time, but the angle that she ran at to get on it, to get behind that defence. Just misjudged the timing of it, but Tottenham starting to creak maybe at the back.
Wubben-Moy went hard on Celine Bizet. A trip on Valti.
Yeah, just wanting a word with Kit Graham. Don't think there's anything in that. Celia Valti's feet were a little bit quicker than Kit Graham's. See here, she just nicks it away. Right consequence for me, no yellow card, talking to.
Wubben-Moy with the big diagonal. Finds Ford. Catley, flag stays down. Tottenham doing a really good job at defending those corners. Those crosses from wide areas.
That's the first time I think I've seen Catley overlap Caitlin Ford. I've seen that in previous games. Really, really tricky to deal with. So Ashley Neville put her arm up for offside. She wasn't. Centrally, her defenders had dropped deeper to cover that run. Beauty from Ruben Moy, modern day centre half.
Lifelong Arsenal fan, Lotte Ruben-Moy, so this will mean everything. Clean challenge by Mead, finds Little. Ford, 1-2 with Catley. Neville concedes yet another corner.
Good dogged determination, hard work from Neville. Knew the 1-2, and she would have to be chasing Caitlin Ford again. Long-term servant of the club, Ashley Neville.
7 years she's been with Tottenham, and she's been out the last 5 games with ankle injury, so she's just working her way back. Mead towards Russo, Spencer. Oh, she got it and then drops it, and then I think the referee's given a foul on the goalkeeper.
She called it off there. Becky called off the defender. You see, big shout there. I don't think there's much of a foul in there. It would have been very fortunate.
It was my role to say goalkeepers get too much protection these days.
I just am completely impartial towards goalkeepers.
I'm saying nothing.
The goalkeeper's been tested, really. Jessica Naz, that little tip onto the bar for Zinsberger, but Becky Spence, as much as Arsenal dominated possession, not had to pull out any worldies yet.
And Arsenal have had so many corner kicks, and Tottenham seems so confident in defending them. Arsenal might have to come up with something a bit more creative.
Sure, Arsenal have a set-piece coach. Lee Williamson's actually just liaising with the set-piece coach on the sideline.
Towards the 6-yard area. And there's a player down, and the referee does have to stop play.
Head injury protocol correctly applied. But certainly with the dominance of corners, Arsenal need to be getting something out of them. It's a great header from Amy James-Turner. A late contact. Arsenal player, free kick awarded. As much time required to get head treated as Lee Williamson. Back from a long-term injury, ACL, but out with a hamstring, I think it is currently.
Yes, missed international duty with that and the game against Manchester United, but named on the bench today. And as we've seen with Viviana Miedemar as well, can be a longer journey back than you think. Even when you think you've made the recovery, another problem crops up. It's heartbreaking.
20 years after my ACL, I'm still hurting.
Ford skips past one. Little, Ford helps it on for Catley. She's going to get there. Catley. Oh, Palova, could she have hit that first time? She might get another chance here.
She had to hit that first time. There's no time for a touch, just 10 yards out. But Arsenal are ramping up the pressure with 5 to go.
Little goes central towards Mead. Boy, back to Mead. And tiptoe her way into the penalty area, and McCabe puts it straight into the arms of Becky Spencer.
Shoot! Thought Beth Mead was going to pull the trigger there. She'd come into a more central role. See Catley here, cuts it back to the angle. Beth Mead pulls it down to Palova. It ricochets back. There's Palova again, tries to recycle it. See how well Tottenham are defending. You can almost, you know, such a small area they're packing into. It's making it hard for Arsenal to penetrate them at all.
Well, there were quite a few attempts there to stop Jessica Naz, and eventually the referees pulled it back for a free kick for Tottenham. She is the outlet, and she's had the best chance of the game. Arsenal had the most, but Naz is the one who's hit the bar, drawn a good save from Zinsberger.
Similar scenario to the game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Lots and lots of chances for Arsenal, non-converted.
Boy to Valti. Calm under pressure, but she's given it straight to Suominen, stepping in front of Little. Clinton takes over. Good positive run from Clinton. And that was a difficult angle and distance. She has scored from outside the box on a few occasions this season.
Well, Grace Clinton must feel on top of the world, and rightly so. Ascendancy into the senior England women's team. Regular playing time here at Spurs. She's having a pop shot from 20-odd yards. Exciting prospect.
Bartrip sent it out to the far side, and Nilden. Just go back to Clinton. Bizet away from Catley. Still going Bizet. Hurdles another challenge. Arsenal being a bit rash perhaps. Naz. Into the final minute of normal time of the first half. Clinton.
Spurs will see this as a chance to take the lead heading into half-time. Taking their time, they're really thinking about it, creating that perfect opportunity.
It's really good strength to keep hold of the ball. Bizet. What a Ruben Moy with a perfectly timed challenge. Here's Caitlin Ford for Arsenal. Several Spurs players in hot pursuit. And Ford gives away the foul as she tried to stretch and have the attempt on goal.
I think the referee's blown for half-time. Don't often just see 15 seconds. It's a great break, isn't it, though, from Arsenal to finish off this first half. And it's really synonymous, tells a story Arsenal looking dangerous. Spurs absolutely snuffing out the attack by just purely congesting that area. You see 5 players getting back in the box and just scuppering the hopes of this capacity Emirates crowd.
A frustrating half then for Arsenal, who have dominated possession, have had a lot of chances, but have really not got very near Becky Spencer's goal. And it's Jess Naz of Spurs who's come closest, drawing a good save from Manuela Zinsberger, who tipped a very good effort onto the crossbar. Arsenal, we've seen this story before this season, Rachel. Is it a case of trying to find something different? They can't go out wide, trying to go through them. How do they get at this Spurs side?
They have to be a bit more speculative, sort of play what you see. There's times when it's been the right decision for Bethany to cut into the penalty area and try and draw, you know, what could be a penalty, or take a little yard to open up a bit of space, but that tactic hasn't worked. Caitlin Ford and the overlap with Catley down that left-hand side, that has worked, but again, that final ball, the number of players that Spurs are getting back to congest the area, it's got to be a real change of direction, cutting it back to the edge of the box, but test the goalkeeper from range. You know, that's something that they haven't tried. Set pieces as well. I want to see more variance on those.
So a real contest at the break. Goalless at the Emirates, the Gunners at the moment misfiring.
If you see or hear any abusive or discriminatory language, text foul along with your block, row and seat number to 67777.
You said, thank you, Robin, thank you, Rachel. Farah, I'm going to bring you straight in because you mentioned how this happened last time, how Arsenal dominated possession, Spurs went on to win the game. It's happening again. What are your frustrations from what you're seeing?
Yeah, it is, Alex. It's pretty much a mirror image of the game that we saw where Tottenham went on to win that game. My frustrations are Arsenal are doing really well. They're dominating possession. They're playing most of the game in Spurs' half. They're doing really well down the wide areas and getting deliveries into the box. But Arsenal are over-committing players into the box. And, you know, it's bizarre that I would say that because we always ask for players to make the box. But in doing that, they're leaving themselves exposed to counter-attacks. They don't have a defender locking off the edge of the box to stop when the ball does, you know, get defended well from Tottenham and it comes to the edge of the box. There's no one there to stop the counter-attack. So I feel like they are overcommitting and really eager to get into the box, and in doing that, they're not finding themselves in good areas to actually have a clean shot at goal.
Yeah, and I think it's also the quality of the final ball when they are in Tottenham's half. They're exploiting those wide areas really well, but they're just not being able to pick out players in the box. And to be fair, Tottenham are doing really well to get numbers in there and make it difficult. I would like to see some more shots from range as well to test the goalkeeper, but just draw Tottenham out, get them to do something different to then find that space in behind them.
Do you think the Tottenham boss is happy with what he's seeing from his team, Nita?
Absolutely, because, you know, they're nil-nil at the moment. They're going at half-time. They're going to feel confident coming into the second half that they've been able to nullify Arsenal, you know, and reduce their opportunities on goal. But ultimately, Tottenham have looked threatening as well in counter-attacking situations, and that's the thing Arsenal have to be mindful about.
Yeah, Farah, Arsenal have been criticised this season, how they haven't been clinical in front of goal. They've had a lot of opportunities in that first half.
Yeah, they had. I mentioned a lot from corners. They've had, I think, 10 corners in the game. I don't think the deliveries have been that bad. I know Rachel Brown in commentary said that she'd like to see them varied a little bit, but the deliveries have been quite good. And it's down the wide areas here where they've got most of their success. And as I said, there's lots of bodies that want to commit into the box. Is this the final ball? I mean, that's really good defending there from Amy Turner. But for me, Arsenal need to do more. Another corner, delivery similar. They're just not committing enough. Our Tottenham defenders look like they want it a little bit more. They're well organised, Tottenham, so it is going to be difficult to break them down, Anita.
Yeah, and it's what we talk about, you know, defenders defend and fully commit when they're clearing balls. Arsenal need to do the opposite in their box when they're attacking. Really go for it, really be gritty and get toes to things, you know, and be a bit more combative, I think.
Yeah. It's when we look at that and just that analysis there, the amount of chances Arsenal have had, but it's actually Tottenham that have had the better chances, Anita.
Yeah, I think Tottenham, we know they have the threat. I've worked with Jess Naz in the England 23s, and she's so quick that's that outlet for them. They can stretch play on the switch. Here they managed to find the ball into Bizet inside to Martha Thomas, and you see here that final ball in behind the Arsenal line. Arsenal here have to do better to keep this player outside of the pitch. They can't allow her to cut inside and face the goal and create an opportunity.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Jess Naz we know her strengths. Her strengths are to stretch play and get beyond. She's not somebody that's going to hold up play and bring people in, but these are the types of runs that Jess can make, and once she gets herself, you know, cut back inside, it's a fantastic strike and it comes off the crossbar, and it's been the best chance of the game for both teams.
We're talking about defending from both teams, Farah. You have been impressed, though, with Arsenal's front three and their press. Do you think a goal will come from that way from Arsenal?
I think it can. I think, you know, Spurs certainly like to overplay a little bit when they are playing out, and they're not the most comfortable in doing that. But you can see here, trying to block lines of passes, they're in that, you know, that compact box where they're trying to stop, you know, Tottenham's holding midfielder to get on the ball. And when they go there, I just think, Alex, they can be a little bit more aggressive when they get there. In terms of the shape, and you can see the connections here, with the strikers, and then one will go as the ball's played, and they create that box again behind and make it really difficult for Tottenham to get out. Russo should drop a little bit deeper to make that box, but now they need to punish. When they nick the ball, Anita, these are the times when they box you in like this, they have to punish you in that transition.
Yeah, they're in a really organised shape. You can see the triggers here. They intercept the ball, but then they need that tempo change. Go quickly at this back line of Tottenham and exploit that space.
And we always talk about set pieces, how crucial they are in games. Arsenal have had 10 corners, but seems to be easily defended by Tottenham.
Yeah, and to some extent, you know, I think the deliveries have been good, but like I said, I think they've got to be more combative, a bit more aggressive, use their physicality in there, don't allow them to get bullied by Tottenham defenders. And if they protect the edge of the box as well, it gives them the opportunity, as we discussed, Farah, to secure the ball once that ball transitions out of the box.
Yeah, we've just seen all of these deliveries. They're inside the 6-yard box. They're actually really, really good deliveries with pace on it. But as Anita said, I don't think the Arsenal players are too committed in trying to get themselves in and around that and get themselves hurt at times maybe to get some contact on the ball, because the area of delivery is really good. Goalkeeper can't really come out into this area and get anything. So she's relying on her defenders to actually defend for her. But then it's when it comes out, Alex, like putting balls back in like this. You know, for me, it's not good enough. Just helping it back into the area. Get some quality on the ball.
It's hopeful, isn't it, Farah? And you've got to be a bit more decisive. That rest defence on the edge of the box is super important for Arsenal, I think, going into the second half.
Farah, just a quick one, because we're standing here, we're being critical, frustrated about Arsenal's play, but actually, do you need to praise Tottenham and their setup?
Yes, we could do that. I think, you know, Spurs have defended really well. I certainly think their back line, 2 centre-halves have been really good. But for me, Arsenal would have known coming into the game, this is what Tottenham are going to do. So for me, they needed to be better. We heard Jonas before the game talk about they need that extra movement off the ball. We're not quite seeing that centrally. We are in wide areas. I think the wide players and the fullback, I think their connections are really good. But it's that central play, that central movement that they need more of in order to really hurt this Tottenham back line.
OK, well, there was one game in the WSL yesterday. Title contenders Manchester City hosted Everton. If you missed the action, here's the best of it.
Van Havermate, a little bit of pressure from Leila Wahabi. And what's she done there? It's a gift for Bunny Shaw, who doesn't need any help, but she's got a whole big load of it there from Justin Van Havermate. And Manchester City lead out of absolutely nothing. Hemp to Coombs and back again. That's nicely worked. All sorts of options here for Lauren Hemp, who goes for goal. Oh, and finds it! Squeezed it past Courtney Brosnan, didn't look to have that much power. Maybe Everton's keeper is unsighted here. Keating under pressure. Diamante in there on Hasegawa, not for the first time in this game. Manchester City causing their own problems. It's cool. Gets it to Benison. Well, that's a good hit. It's a brilliant hit. And out of nothing, it's game on. Hannah Benison with a beauty. And it might just get a bit nervous round here. Man City 2, Everton 1. First goal of the season for Benison, and what a goal.
Yes, Manchester City very much in the hunt for a trophy. Is it actually crazy to think Gareth Taylor's side only have one WSL title to their name, considering the talents that they have?
I think so. I think so. I think, you know, they're certainly the team that I would have expected over the years to push Chelsea, you know, much more than they have in recent years, for sure. But I think they're having a phenomenal season, and You know, my heart will always tell me Chelsea are going to win the league, but if I'm being honest with my head, Alex, I think Manchester City have the best chance of going on to win this WSL title.
Do you think it's because they've got the balance right now, Anita, when you think of the goals that they're scoring with Bunny Shaw? Defensively, they've, conceded the fewest in the WSL?
Yeah, most definitely. And I also think it's the fact that they're the most settled team, the most consistent team, and they're the team that went through so much transition, but now they've got this foundation and players that have really come into good form.
And it makes it for an exciting finish to the season, Farah. 8 games remaining. What's Thursday?
International Women's Day, maybe?
Yes, I just told her that before. I'm so glad she remembered. And to celebrate International Women's Day on the 8th of March, Arsenal actually have an all-female ground staff here today. So we popped along to the Emirates earlier this week to find out more about some of those involved.
It's quite a surreal moment. It's never been done before. A whole grounds team full of women being showcased upon this massive stage. It's going to be really, really special.
You look across to each other and you see, you know, this is a big moment for us, and it's one that will stay with me for quite a long time.
My name is Bobby Murphy and I'm the apprentice groundswoman at Arsenal Football Club.
My name is Tara Sanford and I'm a groundsperson at Arsenal Football Club. Our responsibilities are to look after all the training pitches. It's a lot of grass cutting, marking out the lines, making sure they're straight,
feeding, watering,
putting on the lights so that the pitch stays nice and healthy.
Divoting is a big one, repairing the pitch, just making sure everything looks pristine.
Being a big Arsenal fan and getting to work on the pitches and maintaining the appearance of the club is just a special environment to be around. I think the build-up, it starts off with nerves, and then obviously as the closer you get to kick-off, the nerves go, and you see all the fans, see all the young girls, you know, cheering on the team. It's really special.
It's my first time working match day at the Emirates. I'm usually at the training ground, so it's really exciting, a great opportunity.
You don't really get many women working in this industry, and you know, when we tell them what we do, they're shocked. I think it's really important that we get the message across to the younger generation that there is a place for them in this industry.
I was actually an embroiderer beforehand. I'd never even given this job a thought, but I just thought, why not give it a go?
I hope more women get involved, and hopefully we can change that 2% of women in the grounds industry and make it 50%. Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, an amazing initiative. Faz, you any good at gardening?
I am actually, Alex. I love mowing the lawn. Honestly, it's the best thing.
I'm not surprised, Farah.
No, really, I actually really enjoy it.
I am. Okay, right, let's have a look at what we've got coming up on the BBC. You can catch all of the action with Gabby and the gang at the World Indoor Athletics Championships tonight on BBC Two from 6:30. You can join Betty Glover and Anita on tonight at Women's Football Show. Anita, you've got a busy day. That's on BBC One at 11:30, and you can keep across both Conti Cup semi-finals on BBC iPlayer. Current holders Arsenal will be hosting Aston Villa on Wednesday at 7 o'clock, and Chelsea will be travelling to Manchester City on Thursday. And in case you've missed the new season of Gladiators, you can catch up with all the episodes now on the BBC iPlayer.
16 superhuman gladiators are ready to do battle against everyday people in a series of brutal events. Will anyone be up to the challenge? What an epic eliminator! Brand new Gladiators. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
Okay, if you are just joining us, the fans are wanting to go in the second half, but there's been a lot of chances in the first. Let's bring you some of the action.
Emirates Stadium is the hottest ticket in town, and the North London derby takes centre stage. Oh, that should have been the opening goal, surely. Alessia Russo, Martha Thomas. It's Thomas, held by Zinsberger. It's Mead, it's blocked. Great ball down the middle, it's Naz, off the bar. A frustrating half then for Arsenal, who have dominated possession.
Yes, Arsenal did dominate possession there. Let's get you back over to our commentary team of Rachel Brown-Finnis alongside Robin Cowan.
Thank you very much, Alex. A very determined looking Kim Little, giving the half-time, pre-second half team talk. And for Tottenham, well, at the moment you would say that they have played this perfectly. They have soaked up the pressure and they've also had a couple of opportunities themselves.
Yeah, they've learned the script inside out, Tottenham Hotspur, and it's exactly what their boss will have wanted, how he will have wanted to execute his game plan in this first half. They could have snatched it, could have taken the lead. But Kim Little, in that little chat beforehand, she's been in these big occasions for Arsenal, wearing that captain's armband. He knows that and turn things round into their favour.
So a big 45 minutes for both teams, but especially for Arsenal, who really need to take maximum points if they're to put any sort of pressure on the top two, and also to try and seal that third spot. It's fairly nailed down.
Any slip-ups at this stage, though, with not very many games, basically, in the Super League. You know, managers are calling for more teams to be brought in. I'm sure more WSL fixtures, but yeah, slip-up at this time. The edgy end towards the season for Jonas Edeval.
They have Aston Villa in the semi-finals of the Continental Cup, which they are holders. And then Chelsea at Stamford Bridge next up in the WSL. This is their season, the next few days or so. Here is Little. Hit by McCabe. Corner kick.
And that's exactly what we said we needed Arsenal to be doing, was taking those snapshots from distance, testing the goalkeeper. Lovely bit of interchange. Kim Little playing high up. Good interception, but falls for Katie McCabe on the edge of the box. Everyone knows she can be deadly from there, well charged down.
Leeds corner. Fades Russo. McCabe flings it back in. Need.
And the first change there is an outswinger of a corner. First one we've seen in the game. Just draws players out, creates a bit more stretched distances between the Spurs defence. Arsenal needed to change something, and they have plenty of corners, so opportunities to vary those.
Just runs away from Palova. Tottenham themselves just 5 points off the top four, top three to get in the Champions League. It's out of their reach, but very positive first season in charge for Robert Villahan. Catley. Neville stretches out a leg. The greatest of clearances there from Bizet. Little. Sticks it out for Mead. First touch is gorgeous. It's there. Alessia Russo finishes it off. And a mere 4 minutes after the restart, the Gunners fire themselves ahead. Bit of creativity from Beth Mead.
It was wonderful. Look at that pick up from Kim Little. Just here, sees, stretches it, misses out that congested central area, and the touch in field. See the space now. When have we seen that in the first half? Never that space. It's because Beth Mead plays quickly. One touch, slips to find a teammate in the middle, and the easiest of finishes for Alessia Russo. All that possession in the first half. Another fast start for Arsenal, and they've finally made it count on the score sheet. Quick feet from Beth Mead. Could have been a foul from behind. Advantage played. And Russo off the mark.
Her 6th WSL goal and her 10th in all competitions for Arsenal. And there could be trouble here, though. Steph Catley needing some treatment.
Just change the pace of play in that attack. Kim Little did exceptionally well not to play the first time to Beth Mead, but just to bring the ball back, change the angle. And then it was a tight touch of Beth Mead on the full pace run. What a deft touch that was into the path towards goal. Staving off the challenge from behind and then picking out a player in the middle.
Catley has had a very lengthy journey during the international break, but a successful one ultimately, captaining Australia to Olympic qualification. They will be in Paris in the summer. So to wait and see if Catley can continue, but that will be a massive relief for Jonas Eidevall. It also means that Tottenham might have to change their approach. Maybe not just yet, still plenty of time to go. They might need to throw a little more caution to the wind.
Yeah, there'll be no rush, I imagine, from Velleman to change his tactics. Just having a word with one of his substitutes, Drew Spence, who been back from injury, available again. Long-time player for Chelsea and playing in that 10 position for Spurs. If she does come on, imagine she'd come on for Kit Graham. And there's the decorated Beth England having to bide her time, waiting for a chance.
Missed the start of the season after having hip surgery. Very much an important part of the England squad, the World Cup. But the signing of Martha Thomas means that she's going to have to wait her turn. Looks like the two of them as a pair weren't linking up as Robert Villahan would have wanted. Not to say that won't work in the future.
Yeah, because Beth England moved from Chelsea to Tottenham to become the main player in the 9 up top on her own. And did exceptionally well when she joined Spurs. She said as change of manager, change of tactics. To drop to the bench.
Mead. To Pellover. Ford dropping the shoulder straight to Clinton. Here's first time. Ruben Moy.
But Arsenal want to get this sewed up. They'll want to keep the foot down and try and get another goal and another goal, because Spurs have looked dangerous on the counter. And at any point using Martha Thomas and Jessica Naz, really dangerous. Nick a goal.
On a 3-match streak without a win in the WSL, lost their last 2 to Manchester City and to Aston Villa. Definite foul. Katie McCabe hoping there won't be any more.
over half an hour left, Robin.
No card for Katie McCabe for once.
It's a strong tackle, mistimed. Jessica Naz just cuts the ball the other way. Similar situation to the tackle on Leah Valti by Grace Clinton in the first half, and Abigail Burns' reaction was to have a talking to and not book. She understands the magnitude of a massive game in front of a capacity crowd. She's keeping tabs on players, not unnecessarily awarding yellow cards out like that.
Suominen, attacked by Kadina. Suominen's header latched onto by Russo. Catley onto Ford. Neville sticking tight to her. Catley had made the run. Picked up though. Has a beautiful pass to Mead. Trying to make things happen again. Away by Neville. Valti. I think Wubben Moy was running onto that.
Crowd wanted to shoot, didn't they? Again, great touch from Beth Mead, but slowed it down.
McCabe. Now by Clinton.
Lovely check. With Katie McCabe playing on the right, she's always going to look to cut in on that left foot. See the changing tactic again, an outswinger, it looks like it's going to be Beth Mead.
Well, the Hollywood pass from Wubben Moy. Little places it back to Mead, fires it towards the back post, goalkeepers come. And thankfully for Spencer, it fell to Kit Graham. Nearly got caught on the edge of her own box. Ford. Just overran that.
I think we'll see the 60-minute mark. Robert Villaham to shake things up. A couple of Spurs substitutes just about to take off their bibs. Final instructions.
Oh, that's really good work from Bizet. Strength to keep it, trying to pick out Clinton. Easily cut out by McCabe, and now Kim Little allowed to turn. Suominen out of position.
It was a tired pass from Bizet, didn't it? Because it was on to Grace Clinton. She'd stretched the back line of Arsenal and was free.
Delivers away by Neville, picked up by Catley, now Ford. Hellover, lovely touch into Catley, shields it beautifully, shot charged down by Neville. Another attack. Ford. Moy towards Mead.
Some lovely play from Arsenal in that build-up, but matched by the determination of Spurs. Here come the changes.
So a double change, or a triple change rather, getting ready for Tottenham. Little. Mead measures. Ford, quite sure what she was attempting there.
Don't think she felt she had the angle to be able to try and redirect it goalwards.
Foul on Naz by Pelova. Bit of respite for Tottenham, who've really had to hang on in there. And an hour played. A triple change for Tottenham. Mona Petzelberger, Olga Artinen and Drew Spence coming on. Ashley Neville withdrawn. She's still getting herself back to full fitness. Kit Graham also off, and Jess Naz. So perhaps a slightly different approach for Tottenham now.
Yeah. See, Martha Thomas gone in that low number 9 role. Drew Spencer played just in behind her, and Artinen, very creative player, will play to drive the ball and link up with Martha Thomas. Very attacking. How dangerous Spurs have looked on the odd occasion when they've countered. Arsenal could do with a bigger lead than one.
Moy. Mead, first time onto Little, square ball, and gathered by Spencer.
Spurs have gone forward at the back as well, so there'll be a little bit more space for likes of Kim Little, Beth Mead, and similarly on the left-hand side, Catley and Ford.
Drew Spence has been a big miss for Tottenham. It's her first appearance since November, hamstring injury. Clinton, space on the far side. First time ball, and Moy clears that up with, well, I was going to say, not too much trouble, but nearly got herself into it, but has got herself out of it very quickly as well. Ford keeps it in.
Yeah, great break from Petzelberger down that right-hand side. Just rushed that attempt to play it forward, central to Martha Thomas. With space in front of her. Jonas Edeval and his team will have to just take stock of the changes, the formation changes, what it means, implications, what they might need to do.
Rousseau. Challenge from Bartrip to win it back, and over the top for Spence. Tried to get away from Moy. I'm not sure there was much intent in that, but definite foul and the first booking of the game for Lotte Wubben-Moy. Stopping a potential break, perhaps.
Yeah, intent doesn't come into it. It's the what could have happened. There's not much in that at all. Drew Spence, a very wily, experienced player. Wins territory, yards up the pitch. See, Drew Spence is looking to play off Martha Thomas, who can be a target. Tempo's dropped a little bit with Arsenal, become a little bit more ragged. Tired. Lots of travel miles in the likes of Caitlin Ford and Steph Catley.
Do wonder if Jonas Odeval might be tempted in some changes soon. An international break in all but name. Catley. Foul given against Bizet, and it's taken quickly. Arsenal get it going, and a bit of space here. Catley. Kim Little gets there, just ahead of Nilden. Mead into Palova, works the space, into Ford. Scoops it towards McCabe. And McCabe down. And Abigail Byrne totally unmoved by that.
I'll second that.
Momentum has gone out of Tottenham's counter. Bizet. A little tug on her, but she keeps going. That's good play. Petzelberger. Well held, Zinsberger.
Excellent goalkeeping from Zinsberger. Lovely run from Bizet. But the ball, it's written all over it, can't catch me.
Oh, Beth Mead has gone away with that. Doesn't feel she had too many options, and Tottenham have a player down, but Arsenal play on. Ford. And Bizet, who intercepted that ball from Beth Mead. Looks like she needs a minute.
Another one being on international duty. Scored for Norway in the break. Beth England.
Interesting to see who she replaces. Will he go with England and Thomas?
He's tried it. This is the McCabe incident, and this is, if Farah or Alex are saying, or Anita, that is a penalty, it's not.
Tottenham Hotspur substitution, number 17, Michael Thomas.
So a straight swap. Martha Thomas. Influence has waned slightly in the second half. So Beth England will get a go at this Arsenal team, who she enjoys scoring against. 3 in the WSL, and quite a few more in the cup competitions. Remember 2 in the Continental Cup final a few years back for Chelsea.
So Arsenal are readying a number of changes as well.
Okay, finds Mead. Spurs swarm and win it back. Clinton.
You need the depth of squad, both teams, to be able to cope with these international breaks. As you said, you know, a game yesterday and players not back till the day before, till Friday, and there's a game Saturday, there's a game 12:30 Sunday. It seems insanity from a player welfare point of view. But the cheers for Leah Williamson, who's being readied to come on for Arsenal.
Mead finds Little in a lot of space, and they're backing off her. Ford passes up the chance of having a go on goal herself. Retrieved by McCabe. Mead to Pelova. Arsenal start again. Lovely first time ball. Pelova. Mead. Cut out. Martinen into England. Doesn't keep hold of it for long. Here's Little. Russo. McCabe. Here we go then. Triple change for Arsenal. A straight swap up front then for Arsenal. Alessia Russo, the current, as it stands, match winner. Is off. Stina Blackstenius on in her place. Laia Kadina, who's had a very solid game. On for Leah Williamson. There's quite the reception on her return.
What a great feeling that must be.
And Victoria Pelova off for Kyra Cooney-Cross. Another one who's been away with Australia, who will be taking part in the Paris Olympics.
It's hard work, but it's worth it, isn't it? Travelling the span of the world.
Rosette wriggling away from the challenge. Here's Nilden. Drew Spence. Cooney cross. See if that might inject a bit of energy into this Arsenal team. Here's Ford, reading that flick, but can't pick out Blackstenius. Hetzelberger. Arsenal on course for a 7th consecutive home WSL win, something they haven't achieved in their history in a single season. Suminen, space. Bizet, Hetzelberger. Oh, nice build-up play. And good pressure this. It's the final quarter of an hour.
So much more attacking. Sumonen's stepping a little bit higher. Grace Clinton's gone central. Trying to get quality of players. Sumonen's been excellent. Role for Spurs.
Suminen into Clinton. Really good run forward. Invite Spence down the line. Bizet just overran that.
Yeah, they're a lot more threatening though, with more numbers higher up the pitch rather than a lone striker, or certainly higher of the two, feeding off scraps. Bizet has looked tired.
She's going to get a rest now. Off for Matilda Vinberg, a January signing from Hammarby. And that is Tottenham's 5th and final change. Scored her first international goal over the break for Sweden. Williamson finds Kim Little. Catley on to Ford. Cooney cross. Catley trying to work it out to Caitlin Ford. Martinen crowded out. And as she lost possession, she fouled Kim Little, and a booking for Olga Artinen.
Quick impact. Kim Little's been excellent, knowing when to shield the ball, knowing when to draw the foul, when to play early, play quickly, first time, first touch, when to change the angle and provide, as she did for Beth Mead, to play that ball in.
So a free kick in a good position for Arsenal. They haven't scored from a direct free kick this season. A couple of players who I'm sure would love to try.
Becky Spencer, former Arsenal goalkeeper. Goal for Tottenham. Jamaican international.
It's Mead. Straight at Spencer. Oh, and they're coming together there. Spencer and McCabe. Oh, Katie McCabe. What can I say? She loves to get amongst it.
Easy save for Becky Spencer, just didn't get the height on it, and nothing wrong with that. It's North London derby, a lot at stake. You want your players to be fired up like that. Was there a card brandished? Not sure.
Apparently so. Yellow card for Katie McCabe. Her 7th of the season, matching her total from last campaign. A bit like the gauntlet, wasn't it, in Gladiators, that?
Love situations like that.
Oh, that's given away by Spencer. And she's made up for her error. Quickly off her line to smother Blackstenius.
Yeah, and that's what Blackstenius will do, is just hound you endlessly, like that little bump against Becky Spence, a little interception there, read it well.
Nearly architects of their own downfall there. Mead, and Spencer saw that all the way. Not a bad idea, try to release Winberg, but it's straight back at Tottenham here. McCabe, taken out by Drew Spence, and the advantage is played, but Katie McCabe is still down. Oh, that didn't look like a great challenge either on Leah Valti. Suominen in the book.
Yeah, that looked painful. Only seen it first time through, but it looked like the ankle or Achilles of Leah Valti. It's getting spicy in this last 10-15 minutes. Great feet, lovely little check, see the little drop of the shoulder. Just opens up that yard of space behind Suominen. This is the one on Katie McCabe. Nothing really in that, it's just a coming together. It would have been a foul. Abigail Byrne played advantage, rightly so. Nothing to see here. Although she has awarded that against Drew Spence. Lots of players knowing exactly what they were doing.
A derby has broken out in the second half.
Crowd can feel it.
McCabe, too close to the keeper. Winberg tries to lead the charge.
Yeah, the back line of Tottenham dropped. That space was eaten up and Becky Spencer was allowed to come and collect that ball. Look at that.
60,050 inside the Emirates today. Just a few shy of the record just before the international break. But still great work done by Arsenal women to draw the crowds consistently, back to back. Attendances of over 60,000 in the WSL.
Arsenal substitution on the 19th, Caitlin Ford.
Another change for Arsenal. Caitlin Ford withdrawn and Frida Marnham on for the final 6 minutes or so.
Match sellout at Emirates Stadium in the WSL. Today's crowd, 60,000.
Tricky challenge from Clinton this time on Lotte Wubben-Moy. A card for Clinton.
You've been waiting for that, haven't you, all match?
I'm
She was
delighted.
a little shy with the cards early on, Abigail Byrne, but her patience has worn thin.
Spurs trying to make their way out the risky way, but high risk sometimes means high reward, and time is not on their side. Here's Drew Spence. Space is opening up. Here's Winberg. Spence. There's space between the lines, but dispossessed. Good defending. Little on the stretch, can't keep hold of it. McCabe, a little boxed in. Finds Cooney Cross. Beth Mead got the ball. She has taken out Olga Artinen, who stayed down.
Today's Arsenal Women's Supporters Club Player of the Match, our captain, Kim Little.
As Artinen gingerly gets up. A reminder, the Women's Football Show tonight, 11:30 on BBC One, right after Match the Day 2, for all the highlights of all the games from the WSL and beyond. And we have the two Conti Cup semi-finals for you this week. Arsenal at home again against Aston Villa. That's at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Another mouth-watering semi, Manchester City against Chelsea in the other semi-final. In the League Cup, that's Thursday, 7 o'clock. Both of those are on iPlayer.
Whichever teams go through, that's going to be a mouth-watering final. 31st of March.
Cooney Cross. Gonna make her way through a sea of white shirts. Doesn't quite manage it. Here's Drew Spence. Williamson in the way.
The benchmark of a quality Arsenal performance, Lee Williamson has brought every pass she's made count, every interception she's been in exactly the right spot. And that doesn't just come from luck, it's been thinking consciously, ensuring that everything you're executing is 100%, is 10 out of 10. It's the best that you can do. It's been excellent in these 10-15 minutes she's had on the pitch, setting the standards. I'm sure she'll continue to do so this season.
Spencer manages to release just in time. England back to Suominen. Winberg. Spence dispossessed, but Little gives it away. Here's Spence. Winberg delivers to far ahead of Beth England. As we enter the final minutes of the 90. Not been too many choices, but Rachel, you're Barclays Player of the Match.
Yeah, no player has really stood out and shone, but Kim Little has been in the right place at the right time, as I mentioned earlier, known when to play the ball first time, when to shield it. She's been spectacularly under the radar, but has been the glue in this Arsenal team. She's my Barclays Player of the Match.
And if you want to hear more Kim Little, BBC Sounds, Women's Football Weekly with Ellen White and Ben Haynes is a great listen.
It's not been vintage Arsenal today. It's not been the polished performance that this capacity crowd would have been waiting for, but given 48 hours preparation for both teams, that is, after international week, it's understandable.
Under 7 minutes of stoppage time, and Tottenham on the attack, and England getting ahead to it, just a glance, back in, and well over the bar. There might still be a few opportunities here for Tottenham.
That is exactly what Beth England wants, is to be on the end of a cross like that. Textbook, gets up, rises, just cannot redirect it. Wubben-Moy does just enough to make sure it's not an easy contact for Beth England. But just flickers of life for Tottenham. It's proven they're not done and dusted yet.
Blackstenius. Well, it's possibly a illustration of how Tottenham have grown this season, their style of play, but also perhaps some of the inconsistencies of this Arsenal team, which is why they are very much in the conversation of the title race, but far from favourites.
You know, you play a congested low block against them, make it hard for them to play through 5 at the back, as they did Tottenham in the first half, and Arsenal struggled. They struggled to break down teams, and here's that one incident in the first half where they stretched, went out wide, played the angled ball in, and quick bit of one-touch play from Beth Mead. One touch and then found Russo in the middle. Quick play that opened them up. Other than that, Arsenal been pretty blunt up top.
Williamson's clearance. Here's Valti. Tried to play in Beth Mead, but that path was cut off from her. Great control. James Turner. Now Clinton, forced a little wide. Pulls it back. And Cooney Cross was there. And James Turner was trying to get on the end of it.
It's uncomfortable watching for Arsenal. Good little break from Grace Clinton down the right. Should never get that cross in. 2 players, nobody goes down the line of the ball. Leonardson, Mornham, Catley need to put more pressure on. It's only Cooney Cross. He puts enough pressure on Amy James Turner to make it uncomfortable.
Manuela Zingsberger getting some treatment. And still 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Sarah Buhadi warming up. Substitute goalkeeper. She's won 7 Champions Leagues for Lyon. Very decorated French goalkeeper, 149 caps for her country, brought in as backup for Zinsberger.
And as it stands, Alessia Russo, the match winner.
Yeah, it's a lovely ball. What a touch. Just kills the ball. Perfect pace from Beth Mead. and just threads it. Russo just steps off and creates that space between the back line of Spurs, just steps off and finds that on the edge of the 6-yard box.
Sent forward by Bartrip. Well won by Wubben-Moy. Arsenal under a bit of pressure now, trying to see out this win. Artinen trying to get onto that. Oh, it's seen out of play.
Been really impressed with that midfield three of Arsenal, as it was Leovalti and Kim Little, and Palova was the more attacking player. They've been excellent. Kyra Crooney cross. Great to see her get more minutes. Had to be patient.
Artinen, great pass inside for Clinton, slides it through. Oh, James Turner, who's gone forward, couldn't quite collect.
Yeah, look, a pretty fatigued attempt, taking control of the ball.
Cooney cross, trying to get around Nilden. He does well to stop that.
Yeah, pulling out all the stops, Spurs. And Amy Turner up top, centre half to support Beth England. Could they spoil the party?
My God, we cannot just kick it out. Well, certainly made this derby a contest, because it wasn't really for the first few years in the WSL between these two. Blackstenius.
Yeah, it's been trickier to negotiate this win, Arsenal, than maybe fans would have liked, Jonas Edeval would have liked, but if they can see out this last few seconds, then a massive 3 points for Arsenal.
We have played the 7 minutes of added time. I think Tottenham can take it as a huge compliment that Arsenal now forced to try and keep it at their corner flag.
It's very reminiscent of the leg at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where Spurs came out victors.
Sure, just a few seconds left. One more chance perhaps for Tottenham. Way by Williamson. Balti. Catley has Mornham up there in support. Now Little. Throwing goes Arsenal's way.
Spurs have made Arsenal work, leave every last ounce of energy on the pitch.
And there we have it. In a must-win game, Arsenal have done just that. They've been made to work. They were far from at their best. But Alessia Russo, with a goal just after the break, is enough. Arsenal keep themselves in the conversation when it comes to the WSL title race. They keep up the pace. They keep up the pressure. They go 3 points behind leaders Manchester City. A magnificent performance from Tottenham. They've come up short just. But they have got better, they have grown, and they are competing. But the North London derby ends with an Arsenal victory, Rachel.
Yeah, just that little bit of quality, sharp play, a flash really in a pan of 90 minutes up plus, 90, nearly 100 minutes of work, a few seconds of brilliance, and that is the difference on the day. No complaints from Arsenal fans, Arsenal manager. It was very different before Christmas in this same fixture, so to come out as victors was the priority and the only thing Jonas Eidevall would have wanted.
Well, from a Gunners fans' perspective, in the finest of traditions, full-time, 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, Arsenal have now won 7 home matches in a row. The first time they've done that in the same WSL season. Farah, they got the job done in the end, Arsenal.
Yeah, they did. I think that's what they needed to keep themselves in with a chance of the title. Getting 3 points against, London derby is difficult, so they've done that. But they could have done it much easier, Alex. In my opinion, I feel like we said before the game, if they converted some of the chances they create, they can make the job a lot easier for them. I felt like they allowed Tottenham to stay in the game by, not putting away the chances that they created early on in the game. And we've seen at the end there, Tottenham really pushed them, and Arsenal struggled a little bit towards the end of it.
Yeah, I think Tottenham dropped off actually in the second half. We didn't see the same kind of impetus we saw in the first half. So I expected more from Arsenal. I expected them to really go after in the second half with a bit more energy, a bit more tempo, and really threaten the box and challenge Becky Spencer to make more saves. But she just wasn't. They weren't able to do that. But they did get the win, and the margins are tighter in this league, as we know, and it's important to continue that momentum for them.
Do you think that's the thing Jonas will still be saying to his Arsenal players, that Farah, it may not have been a pretty performance or what he wanted, but they're still in the race for the title?
Yeah, definitely. I think, when you are fighting for the title, the most important thing is picking up 3 points, and it doesn't matter how you do that. And I think we've seen that with Manchester City and Chelsea this season, and that's why they are so good or been so good this season, is because in games when it's been ugly, they've been able to get 3 points. At times, Arsenal haven't been able to do that in the past. They've done that today, and it's a big result for them.
Talking about Tottenham, Anita, you just mentioned that they fell off in the second half. Why do you think that was?
Yeah, I just think that they definitely slowed down the tempo of the game. We saw them in the first half transition much quicker, utilise the speed of Jess Naz, and Grace Clinton. And you could see that Grace Clinton was really trying to make things happen. She's flowing in central areas and wide areas, but they just weren't committing numbers enough in the box in the final third.
I think we've got to remember, though, I think, it's been an international break, so coming off the back of an international week where the players only get 1 day to be together before they come into a big North London derby, it's really difficult for both teams and for players to readjust to it. So I think that's why we started to see that little bit of fatigue kick in the second half.
Alessia Russo there. Farah back in the starting lineup today. Maybe frustration, she felt like she had a point to prove today.
Yeah, maybe. I think Jonas said before the game, in terms of, I think they was expecting Tottenham to play a deeper line, and Russo's strengths are, she's really good at holding up play and bringing, a team into the game. So I think that's probably why she got the nod. But I think getting a goal will give her, loads of confidence. Coming off the back of international goals as well will really help her. But it's difficult for Russo, especially when I feel like she's a player that now both club and country goes into games knowing around the 65-minute mark she'll be coming off. So it's really difficult to go into games with that mindset, knowing that that's potentially going to happen.
Yeah, Anita, they had a lot of chances and they finally converted one of those chances.
Yeah, they did indeed. And I think what I enjoyed about Arsenal is the fact that they just kept trying and they kept probing, and really Kim Little, I think, came to life in this game. Was sort of she's a master at work. She was always involved in their attacking play and trying to find combinations, as they did here when she delivers this lovely cross into the far post area. And it's the timing and patience of Beth Mead to hold her run, that first touch, and arguably a penalty, but Russo was there to follow up with the finish.
Yeah, I think you can see Kim Little did go into the game. I thought, certainly the best player on the pitch, and Beth Mead does really well here. Her touch takes the defender completely out of the game, potentially is brought down, and luckily Russo's in a really good area and the ball just falls to to her nicely, and she's able to put it away. But that touch there by Beth Mead gives the defender no chance to tackle her. And as I said, it could have been a penalty, but the ball falls to Russo, and she tucks it away nicely.
Sarah, talk to me a bit more about Arsenal and their attacking line, because they have been criticised. You mentioned the stat at the top of the show about their conversion rate. What does that come down to?
It could be a little bit of composure, but I think at times, Alex, what I've seen when I've watched Arsenal play is that they do overcommit to an attack. They have lots of bodies in similar areas in the pitch, in the box, which makes it really difficult, because when the ball does fall, they're all in the same sort of area, so it's not falling to an area where they have a player in, in space. I think, certainly in terms of their deliveries, I think they're very good, but I think at times they come too late. So what happens is that the timing of the runs into the box has already happened before the deliveries come, which then makes it really difficult to kind of come onto it and get your timing right.
And sometimes, Farah, I think they miss out on just taking those first-time opportunities to take the strike on earlier, to just, get the ugly goal sometimes. I think they're always trying to find that perfect combination and finishing around the box.
Okay, well, let's see what Arsenal's win has done to the WSL table today. Okay, so that means Arsenal are level on points up there with Chelsea. But Chelsea have a game later on tonight against Leicester. That kickoff is at 6 o'clock, and Spurs remain in 6th place. Just have a word, Farah, because we're just looking around. The fans still staying behind. Over 60,000 fans once again here at the Emirates. What it means for the Arsenal players to be having regular games here and really making it a fortress.
I think it's what the players want. I think the way that Arsenal have gone about it in terms of their marketing to try and get that consistency of fans in has been phenomenal. And I think the fans really helped the players perform here. As I said today, at times it was really difficult, and you could hear the fans that really supported them. And we know how much it means to Arsenal players to have this amount of fans behind them every week. So hopefully it becomes a more consistent thing for them. But it's been back-to-back now, record proud, so it's amazing what they've done.
And as you can see, Arsenal captain Kim Little joins us. Kim, congratulations on your win today. We were just talking about the crowds, and obviously you've been at the club for so long. What is it, 331 appearances or something for the club? Just seeing the development and having regular games here now, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, obviously it means a lot to be into all of us, and obviously all the Arsenal fans, you as a player as well, I think, to see where the games come. And now we've sold, back-to-back WSL games. Yeah, it's special, and it's obviously so nice to be an Arsenal player and to be a part of that.
Talk to us a bit about the performance today. You got the win, but were you happy with the team's performance?
Yeah, I think we are happy. We got the 3 points, and that's what we need. I think we had really sharp moments where we created good opportunities, but there was maybe sluggish moments too. I think sometimes off the back of an international break, players coming in, and we're all at different places, so I thought we managed that well, but we definitely weren't at the top of our game.
Kim, as a team, I was saying you create a lot of chances inside the box, but you don't seem to be able to convert. I think it's 11% conversion rate you've had this season. What do you think it is inside the box with you?
Yeah, we spoke a bit about that before the game, about our conversion rate, and also on corners. I think we have a lot more corners than most teams, but our conversion rate is obviously lower. So, yeah, I think it's taking the opportunities at the right time, or maybe playing one extra pass to create a better opportunity. Maybe not taking as many shots where we get blocked. So, I think it's us being a bit more composed, but we're creating the chances, which is great. But if we want to win the league, we have to obviously convert them.
I agree. The corners, we spoke about at half-time. Some people say you should change them up a little bit of variation. I thought the deliveries were really good. I just felt there weren't that kind of eagerness to get in front of defenders and really maybe get yourself hurt at times to get a goal. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I think so. I think we can be probably a bit more diverse with our corners. I think we can maybe go short a bit more, just to vary it up, and then.
So you don't have to header?
What?
So you don't have to
I'm
header?
not in the box, I don't have to header anyway. I'm game management. Yeah. But I think we maybe need to look at different setups, but I think that's definitely something we speak about before the game. And you can see across the game when you're good at set pieces, you've got a much better chance of winning games, and that's something we'll definitely need to focus on.
Kim, going into the second half, did you talk about nullifying their transition play, especially from your attacking corners and things like that in and around the edge of the box?
Yeah, definitely. They're obviously a real threat coming in off the wing and coming inside and switching the play, and then also on the transition. Because they were in the low block quite a lot of the time, and we were trying to break them down. And I thought we managed it fairly well, but there was a couple of moments where they maybe got on the transition with Naz. But like I said, we did well enough to keep them keep a clean sheet, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Kim, what is the mood like? What is the messages from Jonas? Because you are still in the hunt for the title. You've got Chelsea away coming up soon. You're still yet to play City. So is there a belief that you can still get your hands on that trophy?
Yeah, I think so. I think we spoke about this next block till the next international window, and within it, if we do what we can, we could be in a final, and we could also be, I don't know if we'd be equal in points potentially with Chelsea if we win our games and beat them. So, I think we very much believe that we can. Yeah. But like I said, we need to turn up and we need to win like we did today, but also have a better performance, I think.
Okay, Kim, thank you for joining us. We'll let you go celebrate with the rest of the team.
Thank you.
We'll take your mic from you. Thank you very much. Anita, actually watching that game, I just let Kim go there because you really highlighted her about her pulling all the strings in there and being so influential.
Yeah, I just think Kim has always had a touch of class, but it's her ability to pick up space. She always wants to get on the ball. She's the instigator for a lot of their attacking play. And you see here, the way she combines with her teammates, they always just look like they could be dangerous when Kim's on the ball. She's so good in those tight areas, don't you think, Farah, to just find space and look like she has more time than she actually has.
I think she's a difference maker. I think when she's in this Arsenal team, she brings balance. You can see here she makes run beyond the back line into those kind of diagonal areas. She doesn't mind her defending, gets in a good position here, and is still on the ball, ready to make things happen. So I feel like with her in the team, she brings much more balance to this Arsenal team, and they certainly miss her when she's not on the pitch. But these are the types of things she can do. She finds little positions, can find switches of play, she gets involved in the goal. So I just think she's just a phenomenal player within this Arsenal team. The fact that she can still do it game after game and years after years is incredible.
And she's the instigator of their tempo change. They know as soon as she gets the ball from transition moment, she's got the quality to put in a ball like that for Beth Mead. That led to the goal, and it stopped transition. And her first thought is, can I play forward and find someone on the move to try and create a threatening attack?
It's a great delivery. I think the weight of the pass there from Kim, she sees those types of passes, which really helps this Arsenal backline. I know, certainly if you're a forward player with somebody like Kim Little behind you, you're happy to make those movements really early, knowing that she has the quality to give you those passes in behind.
Oh, she's such a leader as well for Arsenal, and she has been that player for many years. And it's like she just continues to keep evolving and getting better and better.
She does, and I think that shows the signs of a very good player, an intelligent player, somebody that grows with the game and is still prepared to learn, even though she's been there and done it throughout the years, for both club and country. So I think, as you mentioned there, in terms of her leadership, both on and off the pitch, I think, she's certainly a player that her teammates look up to, and you've heard Leah Williamson speak about how she was there for her throughout that long period of an ACL. So she has some great qualities that, as a captain that you would want.
Okay, right, let's get over to Betty Glover, who has been speaking to the goal scorer, Alessia Russo.
Alessia, another goal at the Emirates. You must be getting used to this now.
Oh, I love playing here. The fans, the whole atmosphere is incredible, and us as players can feel them from the first minute to the last, and we needed them today at points, and yeah, they always come through. It's great to play here.
Closer result than you probably would have wanted, but you ground it out for those big 3 points. Were you happy with the performance?
Yeah, look, Spurs are a top side and they play some really good football, and yeah, we knew it was going to be tough, and coming off the back of international break, we knew we had to get to work quickly, and we wanted to come out and put a performance that everyone's proud of, especially here at the Emirates. So yeah, it was a tough one, but the most important thing is 3 points.
What was the chat at half-time in the dressing room? Because to get a goal 4 minutes into the second half is pretty impressive.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure we tried to take as many chances as we could. We thought that in the first half we were breaking them down, getting into good areas, but yeah, we wanted to get more shots and yeah, getting in around the goal. So yeah, it was a quick start in the second half.
And back in the starting lineup for yourself, did you go out there feeling like you had a bit of a point to prove today at all?
I mean, we've got a top quality squad, so whoever's in the squad is out there and ready to do their job. And yeah, we train with such quality players week in, week out, and yeah, when you get your moment, you just need to be ready. But we have such massive squad depth that yeah, pretty much anyone can do their job.
Well, congratulations and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you. Cheers.
Alessia Russo, still a young player, still developing within this Arsenal team, and they need her because they do have a very busy period coming up.
Yeah, they do, and I think, you know, when they get the very best out of her, I think you'll start to see goals. I think, you know, it's really difficult when you move from a team, and as you say, she's a young player, so you move from one team that have a certain style of play, and you've got to adapt to move to another team. And I think we're starting to see her qualities. I think she has real good qualities in her. Now it's trying to get them to life. And as a striker, you're brought in to score goals. So everybody judges her on goals that she scores. And at the minute, she probably hasn't scored the numbers that she probably needs to for the reasons they brought her in. But what she brings outside of the goals, I think is phenomenal.
Yeah, but I also think what I admire about Alessia is that she always keeps trying to make this right movements. She doesn't give up on it, whether she's frustrated or she's not scoring goals or creating chances. Her commitment to keep trying to do the right things is eventually going to lead her to become that prolific scorer that we know she has the potential to be.
Okay, that's the Arsenal side of things. Let's get over to Betty Glover again and hear from the Tottenham side of things. She's been speaking to their manager, Robert Villeham.
Robert, you must be proud of your side's performance today, restricting Arsenal to 1 goal, putting them under pressure, particularly in those final few moments.
Yeah, I mean, we play against a very good team and they are starting the game in a very good way, but then we come into this game and create some really good chances and we defend very well the whole game except for the goal. And I mean, it's an even game even if they are a better team with the ball and so on, so still we create those shots and the goal, and I think you can see that we're there to play, we want to play through them and we have options. So no, we do a good game, but we lose unfortunately.
How much confidence does it give your side, sort of knowing that they managed to put in a performance like that against Arsenal?
I mean, if you look at the last year, I think they lost 4-0 and 5-1 against Arsenal, and we need to understand it takes time to compete against the top teams. And now we won one, we win one, we dictate some part of the game, we dare to play out, we dare to play through them, and we know how to defend now. So we just need to improve a little bit more to make sure we are sharp in some situations and so on, but we're taking steps, and that's what I want to see right now. I want to win, I definitely want to win, but I also understand Arsenal away is one of the most difficult games you can have. And then we compete for 97 minutes and push them down. And that's what I want to see right now, because we're taking steps, and in the long end, we're going to be able to win these games.
Farah, on today's performance from Arsenal, are you still going with Manchester City to win the title?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, but I certainly think the consistency, the mentality that Manchester City have and have shown, in recent games, I think they have it in the locker to go all the way and, just beat Chelsea to the title. Stop looking at me when I say that. It's hard to say, Alex.
Anita?
I've said it before. I just think Man City are the team that are playing the most consistent. They are converting their chances. They have multiple goal scorers, and they're kind of understated in what they're doing. So, yeah.
Okay, well, 8 games remaining in the WSL. It is still heating up. It could go any way. You two, thank you very much for joining me today. Actually, let's just...
Are you going home to recover from the Brits yesterday, Alex, or are you all right?
You're out of me, I lied.
I was just going to see what you're doing after the match.
I'm going for a roast dinner. Thank you for telling everybody I need some food. But thank you very much for joining us here at the Emirates. Another bumper crowd. We'll be back in a couple of weeks as Brighton take on Manchester City. We'll see you there.
Emirates Stadium is the hottest ticket in town, and the North London derby takes centre stage. Oh, well, that should have been the opening goal, surely, Alessia Russo. But it's Naz off the bar. Mead, first touch is gorgeous. It's there. Alessia Russo finishes it off. The Gunners fire themselves ahead. Oh, and coming together there. Arsenal keep themselves in the WSL title race.